It's a very interesting thing that normally in the past the board level appointments have gone around from looking from people who are known to people. And because in the way our corporate women have risen, people who are in business, and the numbers available become less. On the other hand, I do believe that if one looks at educational qualifications, if one looks at people having gone to business schools, there's a large number available. Then, of course, always this famous sentence comes up, but they are not trained, they don't have experience. But any job or any role, the person would have always a first time. So as long as this attitude remains, then there is a shortage. But I personally feel that identifying and networking would improve this statistics. So availability of women candidates definitely will improve. It may become difficult if suppose the requirement is made more than one. Suppose it is minimum 2 women required or minimum 3 women required. There could be issues. But presently what one sees and when people talk about shortage is because people are looking only at the population of successful women who have been on boards. And if one keeps on looking at only that population and not look at a potential population which can always get there first time, that till then this perception will remain. Actually, companies should proactively allow mentoring, allow women who are ready to come and join the boards but who don't have experience, allow them observership, allow them senior people to be guiding them as to what's involved in a board role. And that would itself change the attitude. And what we discussed at the seminar today, I mean, those are the things if corporate organizations, HR, if they start getting involved, they would find that there are many competent women, and it's just that they have not been tapped, not been trained, and not been networked. Quite often people say about softer factors, that a woman brings softer factors. I'm not about softer factors. I'm going and looking at various research and studies. And some of these studies, and by the way, I looked it up myself, those studies, only because I was speaking here at the event today. But some of these studies clearly indicate that the board governance improves, effectiveness improves. And I remember that first time, and this is many, many years ago, that where a company under my oversight, and when there was no legal requirement, I just invited a senior person who had just retired, a senior lady, who had just retired as chairperson of an organization, to come and join the board of a 100% subsidiary of the Mahindra Group. And the impact on the management which was making presentations, the impact to have commitments met, the impact to act on new ideas was amazing. There was a change by sheer presence of a woman director on the board. So while one can look at studies and talk about statistics, 76% of the boards, they have shown this kind of performance, or their performance is better, or where there is a woman or 2 women, the performance is better. Leave aside the statistics. Personally, from my experience, I saw the quality of presentations, the effectiveness of the management changing because of a woman director's presence. This is a little different from women on boards, but this is about women on top, because as far as flexi timings are concerned, the board meetings, of course, will be at the timings when they are fixed. But when you talk about flexi timing, definitely it would help more women to pick up higher positions, because they need in their years when they are having a child, or when they had a child in the first few years, they will need that flexi timings. Thereafter, actually, you build a very loyal workforce, a workforce which is very loyal to the organization for having looked after them in their period of need by providing flexi timing. And I have observed that quite often.